Hey everyone, it is January 2nd. We're here at the lot. I'm actually at the high point. As you can see, I'm up here where it's been flattened. So you can see there, we've got almost all the forms over there now. It turns out we've only got 4 workers here today. The foreman and 3 others, the 2 that were already here and the others. The other ones are having trouble getting back, so they're probably not going to be here till Monday. So well, you can see they've got that formed over there. They've got this all formed up. They're actually going to pour this today. The foreman was telling me. So they're going to pour this whole beam in the front today. They're going to pour it by hand because the concrete mixer's still not working. But I do have lots of corrections. Not corrections for the foreman, but corrections for you guys. So I had lots of things wrong. So yeah, so you would think since we designed the house ourselves, I would know how it goes, but turns out I do not. So, but my wife changed a lot of things. So here's one of our roaming dogs that are here, the Aso. Aso is that's the word in Tagalog for dog, A-S-O. Hi, Aso. Yeah, they're all skittish. But it turns out, so this is the guest bedroom. This is guest bedroom number 2. It will come out here to this pillar. These pillars here signify the hallway, so this will be the hallway here. And so this will be the hallway between the guest bedroom. This will be the guest bathroom. So kind of narrow, but still big for, yes, it's okay. He's sniffing my leg, so yeah, so. But yeah, so this is the guest bathroom, and then this is the second guest bedroom. So the big for Filipino bathrooms, or excuse me, bedrooms, Filipino bedroom, but small by American standards. So, and all the beams have been formed up here. So, and as you saw, this one. So this is actually right here is the back of the house. So this is the back of the house. So from here to there is the size of the house, the depth of the house. And so this room here is a storage room. We originally put it as, I think, a foreman or engineer originally posted it as a laundry room. But it is so far from the master bedroom that we didn't want to use it as a laundry room. So we're actually going to use it as a storage room. So, and we'll figure out something for it, which will be great because we really don't have a whole lot of storage. So that's going to work out perfect. But yeah, that's what that room is there. So it's an extra room off the back of the house. This here is the beam that is going across the back of the house. They are forming it now. And above that will be all glass. So this is the glass wall that is the back of the house. So here, the open area, this is the hallway here. As we said, between these 2 pillars, the hallway to here, hallway. And then on either side, there is an opening that comes into the open area. And so then this here will be the living room. And so this is where the karaoke machine will be and all that. And then this here, over here, probably on this high point, will be the dining room. And then there, once we build it back up, that will be the living room. So yeah, so that was one correction. I was correct over here. So this room here is another room off the back of the house. So like I said, this beam right here is the back of the house. So that's our glass wall. And so yes, so that's another room off the back of the house, which is, there will be an entrance over here from the kitchen. But that's our dirty kitchen, pantry, laundry room. And so it will be a tri-function room. And so yeah, so we didn't want the laundry to be all the way over there. We put the laundry over here. So, though honestly, we usually pay to have our laundry done here because it's so cheap. So not a big deal. So I think it's $3 for them to do all our laundry for 2 weeks. So yeah, so, and they wash it, dry it, and fold it. And so yeah, can't really beat that. So, but anyway, that's a different topic. So, and so yeah, so then here will be the back porch between those 2 extra rooms. And then it will go onto the pool deck. And then of course there's my big old immaculate pool. Not really that big. We did find out that it actually does have a slope. So it will be 4 feet on the one end and I think 6 feet on the other. So it does have a gradual slope. So yeah, so my wife is a little concerned about that, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. Nothing to worry about. So yes, and then over here, I'm going to step down. They haven't backfilled here, so we are going to have to bring in some more dirt. So yes, the reason this is not filled in, which is one of our concerns, is just a confusion with the backhoe driver, so they're going to get this filled in when he gets back. He'll be back on Monday as well. And so yeah, so then here, this is going to be the back of that. So that room there, that small room, is the CR. So between these two pillars, see if I can get over there. This is not flattened, so it's not that easy to walk on, so sorry. But yeah, so this room here is going to be the CR, the powder room. It'll have a toilet and a sink. And then this room here, where these gentlemen are working right now, is my office. And then that room on the end, that small room on the end, is going to be our electrical room. That is where all where the breaker box will be and all the controls for the solar panels. And then there's a hallway there where this beam here to those beams is a small hallway. Let's see if I can stand in here without sinking. But yeah, this will be the hallway, and there's an exit there to the carport. So there's a door there to the carport. And then behind that, so here is the master bedroom. So these pillars around here that surround this are all the master bedroom. And then on this side of the master bedroom is the walk-in closet. So this is my wife's big old walk-in closet. And then on this side is the master bath. So yeah, so the master bath is actually not as big as some of the master baths here, but yeah, that's back there. And so yeah, so that all fits in there. Turns out I had said that the septic tank was going to be below the carport over here. That is not correct. The septic tank is actually in the front, kind of where that broken concrete mixer is now. So it's actually in the front of the house. It has not been dug yet, so that will be some more dirt we can reappropriate. But we are going to be short on dirt, so we're going to bring in some dirt to be able to finish the backfill here. But yes, their plan is to get all these beams form up the house. So as I said, there's the walk-in closet and the master bath there. And then, yeah, that's the master bedroom. And then this room I'm standing in now, over to that pillar. I think this is the master bath here. Yeah, that might be the master bath there, those two. So yeah, the master bathroom's not super huge. Shower, dual sink, toilet. So yeah, not super huge. And then yeah, so this is the extra room. This is the extra room where we'll use for the laundry, pantry, and dirty kitchen. So yeah, so that's a little bit bigger. So yeah, so that explains a little bit more. This is of course, the rainwater capture is over here, which was one of our concerns, was if the septic tank was there under the carport and the rainwater was there. The septic tank is a leach system, so it will leach out into the ground. And so of course our well's right there too. So that was one of the concerns, and that's what he said is. So that's kind of the update. As I said, there is only 4 workers here, the foreman and 3 other workers. So other workers are going to arrive on Monday. It is Friday, January 2nd. All right, I think I covered everything, but I'll just do a few more here. So yeah, there's my lovely wife and the lovely and talented and fat Abigail. And so yeah, we're trying to get her to lose some weight, but so they were trying to work on some of that rebar and it was in their way. So sorry about that. But yes, so here you can kind of see it from, this is the access road. And so here we can kind of see it from the access road. But yeah, foreman says they are going to pour that big long beam today. They're going to pour it by hand. So yeah, so that's going to be a lot of work, a lot of mixing, a lot of work. So, but yeah, that way it'll be formed by the time the workers get here on Monday, so they can take the plywood off, reuse it for the other beams in the back. And yeah, so super exciting to see it kind of take shape. But yeah, hopefully that clears up some of it. Cleared it up for me, so hopefully it clears up for you guys. But yeah, the septic tank will actually be up here. The septic tank will actually be here in the front, so that there won't be any runoff from it to any of the water systems, with the well being back there and the cistern, capture cistern back there. So yeah, it'll be right up here. And then that area will be filled in as soon as the backhoe driver gets back. So, which was we were asking why that wasn't filled in. I thought maybe that's where the septic tank was going, but that is not. It was just a misunderstanding, miscommunication. So yeah, so that should be about it. Appreciate you guys. We still got sand left. We got another load of sand coming, another load of gravel coming. Hollow block. They said they'll be laying hollow block probably the end of the month. But they will be pouring the floors this month. And I mentioned once before, I don't know that I've ever truly showed you guys, but there are all the stirrups that they have already bent. So this is the bending table that I've talked about several times. And they use it to bend all these rebar. So this is the rebar. Rebar comes in, I think, 12-foot sections. So we have two sizes. We have, actually we have three sizes. We have the 16 millimeter, which is what's used in the beams and the columns, which is what this one is here. Let's see if I can get a little closer, but yeah, it's about as thick as my thumb. And then we have I think those are 16s as well. We have 12 millimeter, which are here somewhere. Those might be over in that pile. So there's most of our rebar. And then we have the 10 millimeter, which is what these are. The 10 millimeter is what make up all these stirrups. And all these stirrups, you can see they've got them stacked up here. There's several hundred here. Probably close to 1,000. But those have all been bent by hand using this bending table. And so they have the different lengths. And they use, they have a pipe there. You see that pipe? They put over the end of the rebar and use it to bend it by hand. It's all ingenious the way they do it all. And so the 16 millimeter is actually very hard to bend, but the 10 works out well with that bending table. So yeah, so that might be the 12 there. I think that's 10 too. Looks like 10. Maybe that's the 12 there, and this is the 10 here. Hard to tell, but yeah. So excellent job. You see foreman's in there working with them, guiding their steps. So doing an excellent job. So yeah, so appreciate that. When I was up on top, I actually have a much better view of the mountain. You can't see the mountain today. It is raining here now. I don't know if you guys can see the rain. It's just kind of a light rain. But yes, it is raining. But as you can see from here, here's the level of the access road, and where that beam is going to be the floor of the house. So it is quite elevated, quite elevated. Also, the access road goes down as the land gradually slopes down this way. And so yeah, you'll see, it looks like our house is not level, but it is actually level. It's the road that's not level. So yeah, so it's going to be really nice. Going to be really nice. I am super excited to see it start to take shape. See the walls start to go up, see the floor in. So really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. If you want, like and subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them all. But appreciate you guys, and we should see you in the next one. God bless. Hey everyone, same day as the recording on this one, not delayed, so appreciate that. But I wanted to apologize. I'm Ron. This is my outro. Wanted to apologize. I saw my finger was in there again, so I am working on getting a selfie stick so that I'm not holding the phone, which will help with the twitching, and also should give us a little bit better angle sometimes. And so yeah, sorry about that. Did also want to mention the stirrups. So I showed the stirrups there towards the end. The stirrups actually go completely under the warehouse. So they are completely covered. I know I said there's like 1,000, and you guys are looking at it saying, well, it might be a couple hundred. But yeah, they go completely under the warehouse. So they've got the underside of the warehouse. The warehouse is built up on stilts, and the underside of the warehouse is completely filled with them. So I didn't quite show all of that, but I will try to show. You can kind of see when you look at the beams that the stirrups go around. There's roughly somewhere between 20 and 30, maybe 40 stirrups per beam, per column. And so, yeah, I'll try to count one to see. Unfortunately, you know, the beams are all different lengths, as you saw that one across the back. It's very long, and so where some of the others are a little shorter. Um, but yeah, I'll try to get a count on those. There was one section that we identified that there's kind of a bulge in the concrete on the guest bedroom side, on the outside. We did confirm by looking at it today that the beam is solid. It was just the wood. They use plywood to make the forms. Not the plywood we use in America, but a similar material here. And so sometimes they reuse it from form to form to form. That was actually one of the first beams they poured, though. And so it seems like either it wasn't braced correctly or what happened. But yes, the beam itself is a little bit wider on the outside, which is not a problem. The beam is a solid beam, and it just has extra concrete on the outside. That'll be covered with the backfill, so not a big deal. And so yeah, it actually worked out pretty good. So, but yeah, there was that, and then the beam in the back, the really short beam that I identified in the last stream that needed some work. They are correcting that. So that was one of the ones they did by hand. So they actually didn't form it. They didn't do a form for it. They actually put a small section of rebar in and put the concrete around it by hand, which is why it looks a little rough. And so, but they're going to clean that up. It's just that small corner right in the back for that extra room. But yeah, so that's kind of the update for today. I did keep mentioning kitchen when I meant living room. So when you're facing the front of the house, the open area consists of the kitchen on the left. And sorry, since I'm on the video, it's opposite. So the kitchen on the left for you guys. Then the dining room in the center. And then the living room will be on the right. And so the living room is on the side with the guest bedrooms. And the kitchen is on the side with the master suite. So, but yeah, it's really starting to form up good. It looks good. Like they said, we're probably going to have workers arriving over the weekend, but we expect on Monday to be at our full 20 plus. And so including it'll actually be one more for the backhoe driver, as I've mentioned in the past. I sorry for my brother Andrew. Hey, Andrew. He does not watch every video, so I have to go over everything in every video so that he doesn't have to watch them all. So I apologize. But yes, the backhoe driver is a contractor. He is not one of the employees of our engineers team. So yeah, he's on a different schedule, gets paid by a different person and all that. So yeah, so he's not included in the 20 plus, but he will be in the 20 plus, of course. But yeah, he should be back as well. But yeah, once he gets back, we'll start getting some of that leveled, and we are going to have to find some dirt from somewhere, and I believe engineers working on that. I also didn't talk about the concrete mixer. They are going to fix the concrete mixer. We're hoping maybe to have it fixed on Sunday. We do have the part. It's a bearing that's gone out in it. And I believe they bought multiple of the replacement bearing, because since we burned it out in less than a month, it's a good bet. The concrete mixer, if you heard on some of the previous videos, it really flies, which is why the concrete is mixed so good. And so it might probably burn it out again, since it is kind of a high speed type of thing. And so yeah, I think he did buy extras so that we can kind of make sure we have them. But we also had trouble figuring out, or they had trouble figuring out how to fix it, because it's kind of a reverse engineered thing. So the handle that for if you're manually mixing with the mixer is what actually goes on opposite. So you have to brace the gears and then twist it the opposite way in order to get it off, so that you can get to the bearing and that. So yeah, they did get that figured out, but hopefully that's going to be fixed on Sunday. So that way they'll be back going strong on Monday with all the workers and mixing the concrete. We should start seeing things go in fairly quickly. I'm anxious to see the leveling get done, see it getting packed down, and see the floors start to go in. So yeah, we're getting pretty excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. If you are, please like and subscribe. just to let us know that you're actually watching them. And if you want, leave a comment. I answer all the comments, and I usually try to answer them in here as well. So yeah, so appreciate you guys. Have a great one. Happy New Year again, and God bless everyone. We'll see you in the next one.